your carry options past October 1st. Welcome to Lock and Load Podcast. My name is Josh. I own Lock and Load Firearms.
And I'm Michelle with Patriot Wear Holsters.
And we're here to talk to you today about Connecticut 2A issues. Specifically, today's topic is how to carry a firearm past October 1st now. Yes. So we're past the HB 6667 being in effect now. Open carry is now banned in the state of Connecticut. So how do we carry our firearms properly? Inside the waistband, outside the waistband, appendix, what's going to work for us? So while I own a gun store, Michelle owns a holster company, and we're going to give you some holster options on how to carry your firearms in a post-HB Satan 7 world.
Yes. Just clarify a few things, because when they say they banned open carry, I have had a lot of people say, well, I can't do outside the waistband anymore because it's banned.
Wrong.
Exactly. They didn't ban outside the waistband. They banned open carry. So
open carry definition for you is visibly seeing the firearm.
Correct.
Printing is not open carrying.
No, some states are really strict on that. This did not. No, they did not tap that down.
And it is also the intent to display that is very important.
Correct.
So I use this example when when people ask me, say I go into a grocery store and, I am concealed carrying my handgun and I go down the aisle to grab some soup and it's on the top shelf and I reach up to grab that can of soup and my shirt comes up a little bit. And when I put the soup back down, the shirt comes back down, right? And it catches on the grip of my gun. And I don't notice this and I continue on down the aisle, pushing my little carriage. And Karen comes out of nowhere and calls the cops because I'm open carrying a gun. Well, that wasn't my intent. In my opinion, while I'm not an attorney, I would assume there are plenty of cameras in places like this, and you would see that when I came into the store, my gun was concealed. And when I left aisle 1, my gun was exactly how I described it. It was still in the same exact position, but part of my shirt got caught on the grip. In that exact plausible theory, I shouldn't be charged with a crime. Keyword is shouldn't.
Correct.
Now, it's going to depend on law enforcement and how they interpret the law. And we know they're really not that up-to-date on gun issues.
Right. They're going to, it depends on who you talk to. You're going to get some officers that once this has gone through, they're going to hear what they hear was they've banned open carry.
Yeah.
So anything they're going to, they're going to go and think that, oh, that was open carry. Even before this was banned, there were people that have said it's been banned in Connecticut forever.
A lot of people, a lot of new students too.
Yeah. They didn't realize that you could open carry in this state. I open carried a lot. It was I like it better. I was more comfortable with that. But this comes down to it's a personal thing. Yeah. So people did what was more comfortable for them. I do it for several reasons. I have some medical devices implanted and I have scars, and inside the waistband bothers me. So with this, you can still carry outside the waistband, which I will do, but now I will put a shirt or a sweatshirt over top of it. If it prints, it's not going to matter. So that's the big thing, is making people understand that it's not necessarily the fact that you can't do these things anymore. And there's lots of different holsters and holster companies out there. There's a lot of different options for people.
Personally, I recommend Patriot Wear Holsters.
Me too.
In our link tree, guys, if you haven't visited our link tree, there might be a coupon code for Patriot Wear Holster products in there. So check out the little description in the video here, guys.
Yes. No, it's one of those things, that you want to be comfortable carrying. Okay. I hear all the time, well, I bought this holster. It wasn't comfortable, so I just don't carry anymore.
Yeah.
And that's sad, because there are so many different options out there, whether it comes from something that my company produces or belly bands. You have a lot of soft cases out there. There's a lot of ways to carry. you just have to be careful, because when it comes to carrying, then it gets into the other aspects of if your gun falls out of the holster, then you can get jammed up. So this is a lot more, but we're not going to get into all of that. This was more of just keep letting people know and informing people that the options are still available. You just have to have it covered. That could be a jacket, that can be a sweatshirt, that can be a t-shirt. It could be, whatever you have, but it has to have something over top of it.
Yeah. I mean, in the winter, it's a lot easier to open carry outside the waistband with concealment.
You wear more clothes,
right?
yeah.
More
absolutely.
clothing, sweatshirts, jackets. So it's a lot easier to do that. Summertime, it's going to be a little bit harder.
But there's different ways you can carry inside the waistband too. I mean, you have appendix carry, which is in the front, and those, they have, like ours, I'll show you, ours have, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little wing on the side, and it has a piece that pushes the grip back into your body. So what it does is it makes it so it doesn't stick out at a 90-degree angle on your waist. So it kind of pulls it back into you. And that way it hides it a little bit better, because some people want to actually deep conceal and not print. So that's a good angle, and a good option for you if that's what you choose in the front. You also have outside the waistband, and this one has a yellow
training gun
in it. Okay. And that is just a regular inside the waistband that can go anywhere around your side. Very comfortable. I worked hard. My company works very hard to do that. I was one that didn't find anything that was comfortable, so started making something that was. A lot of people wear jog pants or shorts.
So yoga pants, sweatpants,
Yes.
gym shorts.
Yep.
Things that do not have a belt and have like a drawstring, or maybe don't even have a drawstring.
Drawstrings are always best because the weight of the gun could possibly
make your
draw
pants sag.
Yeah. So that can be a problem, but this is an ulti clip. So this clip is basically like a heavy duty suspender clip. So if anybody's familiar with suspenders or anything with that kind of a clip on it, what it does is you put your waistband underneath that, and then you put the top tab down, and it holds it so that nothing will come out, and the holster will stay. Because
Dang,
if you
even one piece of paper.
Yeah,
I'm pulling here, guys. Like,
it's a good
there we
clip.
go. That ripped a piece of paper.
It's a really
That's a good clip. I own this for my Glock 43X. I wear a lot of gym shorts to the store or pants that don't have belts. And I was using the normal inside the waistband, and I really started to hate it, to be honest.
Well, the issue
it kept
is
moving.
And not only that, you may lose when you go to draw your gun. If you don't have a clip that's holding on to something, you may lose you take your whole holster out when you need it, and that's not going to be very helpful.
So I ordered one of these from our 43X MOS, and now I use only that for that gun, even if I'm wearing a belt.
You have your standard outside the waistbands. All right, they have regular belt clips on the back. And we do different clips for, depending on what people want, but that's our standard. And that just goes right along the belt, right on the outside of your pants. And then if you want an easy on, easy off option, there's also paddle options out there. And again, these aren't just what I make. These are what I make, obviously, but other companies do the same thing. So these are just options. A lot of people, when you walk into a gun store, you see the holster that's on a wall and you think that's it. That is what you can have. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of different variations and a different belt clips, pant clips, somehow to attach it. And you got to just find the company that you can talk to find a good way that you are comfortable carrying. That's what it comes down to is, keep in mind, carry options are going to change if you open carried. Okay, so if you normally went around with the gun showing on your hip, your shirt tucked behind your holster and behind the grip of the gun, which is what I used to do, that's going to change. But as far as the other modes of carry, as long as you put a shirt over it or something, you're fine. All right, and that was what this was mainly about, is just to explain that there are still options out there. You're not locked into anything specific.
So one thing I want to add that you started actually making for us, anyone that's signed up for the USCCA at Lock and Load Firearms, you've probably gotten an ammo can with one of these yellow guns in it. And if you do not have your permits yet, and this obviously goes in the future too, Michelle from Patriot Rare Holsters is making a cheaper specific holster for this gun.
The training holster.
Training holster, we're calling it. So she passes me the bag over there. I did put it here for a reason. These are for sale for just these yellow guns. These are not for like your normal Glock 17s. She makes Glock 17 ones, but this is for the training guns. So if you've taken class recently with us, and we just started carrying these last week.
I think so.
Last week. Just got these last week. So if you took a class, a couple months ago or something, still didn't get your permit, want to carry that gun around, don't want to spend, a ton of money on a holster right now. These are in there, and they come with a little coupon code too for your, real gun purchase.
These are made, these aren't as heavy duty. They're made for training specific.
Yes.
Okay. The blue gun is a little bit, or the yellow gun is a little bit lighter in weight.
It's a lot lighter in weight.
It's a little bit more slender. It's not as thick as a real gun. But it gives you at home while you're practicing, and even after you have a permit, if you have one of these, it's good to practice carrying, practice drawing, doing all that stuff, and you don't have to worry about having, an unloaded gun and a real gun. You can actually do it with just your yellow gun. So it's a good training tool, and that's why we decided to start doing that.
Yeah. So we carry them at the store here. Did you get them on your website yet, or?
No, that's going to be strictly through classes and you.
So exclusively at Lock and Load Firearms.
There you go.
Got to put like a little tag on there or something. I know we've talked about this in another podcast, but since we're talking about open carry, where can we now open carry?
On your own property. So in your home. And on your property, I believe it's still even outside. You can, if it's on your property. Your friends can come to your property if you have a backyard range, and they can shoot there. That is also allowed. Originally, it wasn't. Now it is. At your place of business, if it's allowed, I think if the owner of the company says it's okay, you can. Correct?
I believe it has to do with. I think it has to do with the business, whether it allows it or not. So, like, a gun store could be like, no open carry here anymore, and have, like, a sign posted, right?
And, again, the posting has to be in a
visible,
visible space.
Right? Here, as long as you keep that gun holstered, I don't particularly care how you carry that gun. In a holster.
Correct. You can open carry at ranges. So public or private. Again, private may change because it depends on what the rules are. I would guess public would be the same thing, but I don't think many ranges are going to change their rules on this.
No.
So, and then at sporting events, I think it said too, but I think that we get ranges, so it would already be covered.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
So in the original bill with HB Satan 7,
I love that.
I stole that from Eddie. It did not include armed security.
Correct.
They did do a fix. They jammed through a fix-it bill after that.
It didn't include officers either.
Yeah.
It had no
off duty, or something, or during duty.
Yeah, it just didn't cover any of it. Everything was just banned. So they had to go in and do a fix-it bill on the back side of that to cover anyone who has to have it for their job.
So, anyone that does armed security can now open carry while in duty of their job.
Correct.
Once they're no longer doing duty of their job, concealed.
So you get in your car after work and you've got to conceal it.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue for so if you guys don't know me or know of me, I worked for an armored truck company for 3 years, the giant red ones you see driving around all over the place. And so we open carried every day, and we got to carry our own firearm too. So in the morning to work and the way back from work, the gun stayed on my duty belt in my holster. I wasn't changing. I wasn't taking it off.
Untuck your shirt. Now.
But then you look you look like you rolled out of bed. Yeah, I know.
I got nothing.
This is going to cause issues, guys. This is going to cause lawsuits.
Yes.
Now, by who? We'll find out. We'll see if any organization gets on behind it, or if it's just going to kind of be an individual thing that gets done in the court system.
I hope it causes lawsuits. Okay, that is my hope. At the end of the day, there's several places. California was trying to ban open carry. Most people here, I'm sure, know about the New Mexico issue that was going on with banning open carry. I just read that DeSantis put a cease and desist on somebody in Florida for trying to ban open carry.
Yeah.
So I didn't read the whole article, so I don't know exactly, but it was a big headline. So I was like, interesting. There are spots all over the U.S. that are.
I don't believe open carry is illegal in Florida. If I'm wrong, comment below. I can look it up afterwards, but I can't look it up right now. I do believe open carry is not legal in Florida.
The headline said that the governor.
There's a
governor gave a cease and desist. I'll look into it. I'll find out. But basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of people stepping up, because to ban open carry, concealed carry, to ban any kind of carry is an infringement at the end of the day. Okay? So hopefully Connecticut or somebody in Connecticut will be able to put together some sort of a lawsuit to do this. I'll support it absolutely all day long. So we shall see.
Florida open carry is still illegal under most circumstances.
Then maybe the governor was slapped with this cease and desist.
Oh, just letting you know. There's examples just like we have, but
yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Okay.
So,
interesting.
But this is a Connecticut podcast, not a Florida podcast.
Correct.
So DeSantis can go stay down there, I guess, or go whatever he's doing. We're not getting political.
No.
Anyways, moving on.
Talking about other places. Yes, okay, yeah. That's it.
Oh, that's it, guys. I don't think I have really anything else to add here other than that.
No, I think this is a fairly quick one. It was just basically to get rid of some of the misconceptions on what this ban actually constitutes.
Yeah, so let's recap real quick. You can no longer open carry unless on your own property or your own business, or have permission to do so on those two options.
Or ranges.
And you still can carry outside the waistband. It just needs to be concealed. So how do we conceal that? Sweatshirt, jacket, zip-up sweatshirt, larger T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Use your brain. You're adults. Hopefully you make good decisions. Figure out how to do this, guys.
And don't shy away from carrying because you can't find something comfortable. There are a lot of different options out there. Talk to your friends, talk to other people. You guys can call us at Patriot Wear. I'm happy to talk to anyone. Even if what I'm doing isn't necessarily for you, maybe I can give you some hints on what you're looking for and where you could find it. I would love to see everyone carrying. So I do my best to help out people who need to carry. I've made holsters for people who had handicaps, and so carrying was very uncomfortable. So we have to adjust what we make, and since we custom make them, we were able to make something that worked for her.
You also make chest rigs too, don't you?
I do, but you have to have a sweatshirt over that because that's open carry.
Yeah, well, if you have like a little zip,
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of people, motorcycle riders use them. They use them for hunting. They use them when they're out hiking or walking their dogs, so they have both their hands free.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, we make chest rigs are actually quite popular. So that's always a plus too. Yep, we have those. We have thigh rigs. We have all kinds of stuff.
Ooh.
Yes, it's not just what's on the website. We do a lot of custom stuff too that we don't put on the website because it's not mass produced. But we do actually do quite a bit. We also, as you saw with this one, we do all kinds of patterns, so you can make it yours and put your own special spin on it.
I've been to her store. There are so many patterns and colors. You have no idea.
It's because I see one and I buy it because I think it's cool.
I do that with guns, except it gets really expensive.
Yes.
So, if you guys want a holster from Patriot Wear Holsters, go to our link tree. That is linktr.ee/LNL podcast. It's linked in all of our descriptions, and the code is LNL podcast 10 on Patriot Wear Holsters website.
Yes.
So that's all on our link tree there. That is how you find all of these podcasts. If you don't know where you're watching this somewhere different, is on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Instagram, and Facebook. We cross-post to all 5 of those platforms. And if you want to see little teasers, we also have a TikTok, and we throw them up on Instagram too, the little teasers beforehand.
Yes, those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, they're nice. Anything else today?
No, I think that's it for this one.
All right. So my name's Josh. I own Lock and Load Firearms.
And I'm Michelle with Patriot Wear Holsters.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.